Hello, everyone. This is Lisa Andrus, Psychic Medium, and this is your weekly reading for December 16th to the 22nd, 2013. And today we are going to use my brand new physical Indigo Angel Oracle Cards deck by Doreen and Charles Virtue. I felt drawn to this not only for me but for you because I am an indigo and many of you are indigos as well, or perhaps parents of indigo children. Indigo children are the ones that are sometimes a handful, as most of us adult indigos were as well. But if you want to know more about Am I an Indigo, you can go to my website, lisaandrus.com, and there on my blog tab, there is a blog that is called What is an Indigo? The next book I'm writing of the metaphysical books comes out in May 2014, and it's about indigos, so stay tuned for that as well. But anyway, let's go on to the weekly reading here. I have pre-shuffled the deck as always, and let's see what this week has in store for us. I just kind of go as I'm guided with the deck here. I don't overthink. I just grab kind of the cards that I feel like grabbing, and that's kind of how it is with oracle cards. You don't think too hard about it. You just go ahead, and the law of attraction makes sure that the right cards come to you. And you know, if you've done readings for yourself and you tend to get the same cards again and again, that's kind of confirmation of that. I don't know that I used to believe it, but now I know that the cards never lie because you can't think about it too much. And sometimes when I'm doing my own readings, I draw the same cards continually, and the cards generally don't clear up until maybe you've learned a lesson or something to that effect. But then it's funny because once one of my friends came over and I did a reading for her in a deck I had used, you know, many times before and was quite familiar with. It was as if 3 cards came out of the deck that I'd never seen before, which was, again, confirmation to me that, you know, the deck and the law of attraction work together to get the best reading for you or for your client, okay? Or your friend. Here's the Monday, Tuesday card. And it is ask for a sign. Your angels are always there for help, and you can ask for a sign. I'm just feeling like there are some people out there that are thinking their dreams aren't coming true, or, you know, they want to know that things are happening, and it's okay for you to ask God or the angels or whatever ascended master, like the goddess Isis, for a sign. Ask your angels to give you a sign. That's what they're there for. And then be open to receiving the answer. I know that some of you have read my book, Gifted, but if you have not, Gifted, a guide for mediums, psychics, and intuitives, I tell a story in there about the angels and kind of not believing that the angels were helping me in any way. And then when I started to open myself up to that message, you know, one day I was on the way to work and I was a little frustrated just with life, as we often get sometimes, and a bus pulled up alongside of me that said Academy of the Holy Angels. And I knew it was a sign for me. It was a message for me that the angels had my back, that everything was going to be okay. So ask for a sign, but then be open to that sign. If you see something like I just described, if you intuit messages like the thoughts in your head repeatedly, or, you know, if somebody hands you something that, you know, you were thinking about or you think relates to your sign, it is a part of that sign. So it's okay for you to ask for a sign. All right, so the Wednesday, Thursday card, expression. A lot of you are, okay, I'm hearing a couple of things here. A lot of you are coming to terms with standing your own ground, and part of that is expression of your words, of your talents, and believing in yourself, I'm hearing, is a part of this. Don't be afraid of the things that you feel guided to express. For instance, if you've always been wanting to do watercolor, or you've always been wanting to do a photography book or something of that nature, or for me and for many of you, I always wanted to write books. So after I got done with my first book, Gifted, and I know there are many metaphysical books for me that I can probably write in the future and do enjoy doing that to help other people. For me, one way I'd always wanted to express myself was by trying to write a fiction book. And I recently did that and released my first fiction book called Dubickies. It's a romance, it's a Christmas romance. And that's going to lead to another book in that series. And there's going to be other metaphysical books. But it was funny, just in doing something that I enjoyed, not knowing if anything was going to come of it, I feel like I found a wonderful new aspect to my career. And every time I write, it just makes me feel good. I've had people that enjoy the metaphysical books ask, what are you doing that for? But I do it because I enjoy it. And in turn, I hope others enjoy it. But even if they don't, I do. But I just had to trust that I was being guided to write for a reason. And sometimes life surprises you. I've had many different ways that I thought I would go. And for instance, I'm a musician. It's what I went to school for. I thought I was going to be a rock star at some point. Imagine how disappointed I first was when I realized maybe that I wasn't going to be a rock star. Maybe I was told by a psychic several times that I was a medium and that's what I was here to be. But, we have many life purposes, and an author for me is something that's unfolded that I actually find delicious, that has surprised me. So be open to expressing yourself creatively or otherwise, even if you don't understand the purpose to it all. Maybe it will unfold as you do it. Okay, and the card for the weekend, Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael is, he is the go-to archangel for me and for many indigos. He is the archangel that, many cops and protectors of people go to, as far as being the protector of all the protectors out there. And for all of the indigos, and for me daily, even as I go about my day, sometimes I just ask him to cut my cords and clear me out. I often ask Archangel Michael to clear anything out of my home that shouldn't be there. I mean, come on, I'm a medium. That means there's always ghosts around. I just draw them to me, as many of you do. And so often I just ask Archangel Michael to clear my home, or sometimes my body, of unwanted things that I may have absorbed that I didn't know that I absorbed. Many of you are empathic, and it just means that you're feeling the world's woes. And right now, as we approach Christmas, it's kind of a heavy time. And here in the northern hemisphere, especially I'm in Minnesota, and there's a serious lack of light because we're getting towards the winter solstice, December 21st. And that is the shortest light day for us. And I know that for me, I've been feeling like it's been very heavy lately, and many of you have, and some of that we're picking up from others because the holidays are a stressful time for people, whether they're stressed out with their families, or they've lost members of their families, or for many other reasons. And it's a great reminder to us that we can always call on Archangel Michael. If you like purple, and you notice flecks of purple sometimes, that means that Archangel Michael is with you. But you can always call on him. He's non-denominational. You won't take him away from anybody else when you're calling on him, and just ask him to help you. No request is too big or too small, but one of my favorite things is just asking him to cut my cords, clear me out, and shield me for the day ahead. So it looks to me like it's going to be a good week, and I hope that it is a good week for all of you. I will be back next week with your next weekly reading, and before the end of the year here, I will post a reading, a 12-card reading, one card for each month for 2014, so stay tuned for that. Have a good week, you guys.